Today we're going to be breaking down all 6 games in Squid Game and seeing if I and you can survive it. My name is Landon and I probably would not survive Squid Game. We're going to go through each one and see why. Remember to subscribe, click like, and comment down below if you think you would survive or if you'd be like me and the other 455 players. At least we didn't go down alone. Let's jump right in. Starting with game number 1, the infamous red light, green light. Okay, would I survive red light, green light? Yes. First off, red light, green light is one of those games that does not require physical violence. All you have to do is walk, run, crawl, tiptoe, all of those things. Easy, I got it.
병신 걸렸네.
If you don't know, red light, green light is a game where one person stands on one side of a line and they instruct you on when you can run. So, for example, when someone says, red light, you stop. Don't move. Normally, you would just be out of the game if you were caught moving. Different consequences here. Then when they yell green light, you can go ahead and go and try to get as far as you can. Me personally, I was a dancer for a bit, so I think I can make it through this one. The second I started seeing them shooting people up, my face would have been in a second. You don't have to tell me twice. You don't have to tell me twice. So sorry for the person that had to risk their life in the beginning to find out that this was more than just a regular game. But me, no. I'm not gonna be the person in the front of the group. So I had this thought while I was watching too, where I would try my best to maybe like military style crawl. That way, whenever the doll turned around and said red light, I could at least just kind of drop to the ground. A, pretend like I'm a dead person. B, not make any moves or have the risk of moving or swaying or anything like that too. So I would like to think I would be okay with it. I don't know if I'll believe it in the beginning until we got that first shot. But seeing this whole big room and seeing this big doll, I would have to know something's up. Something's not right here. So the doll will turn around, the doll will snipe you as well as snipers in the wall if any detection is detected on their radar. By the way, I meant to say, spoilers are ahead. One fun fact I did see about this, there are a lot of things that I've watched and read about after watching the series that points to a twist in the ending being presented before. For example, Oh Il Nam is number 1, gi-hun was the last number. So number 1 and the last one here kind of showing that broad difference, the opposites.
영감님 저기 456명 왔네요. 야, 영감님 1등으로 오셨네? 나 꼴찌네? 나도 알아.
But also, when Il-nam is running, you can see on the sniper's radar that it's not picking him up. So maybe there's some type of part of the algorithm that is blocking him. So it looks like also the players on the side of him are protected. So maybe there's like a barrier around him. I wouldn't have known then, but now that I know, I would have ran behind him. So, game 1, red light, green light. Would you survive? Comment down below and let me know. Game number 2, sugar, honeycombs. Would I survive? No. I have some of the shakiest hands ever. Like, I'm always moving. Y'all see my videos, y'all know I cannot sit still. The reason I think I would have won red light, green light is because it was about the body being still versus keeping certain parts of your body still. Do you know what I mean? In the second game, sugar, honeycombs, players had to use a needle, technically, to carve out of a honeycomb the shape that was actually embedded in it already. There was a circle, a triangle, a star, and an umbrella. Obviously, the players of this Squid Game did not know what it would be before they picked their shapes, so the ones that picked the triangle, the square, had it a little bit easier than the ones that picked the umbrella. See, I'm extra. I would have been like, oh, umbrella, that looks different. That's gonna be like the protection. That's gonna be like a protection thing for this game, so I probably would have chose umbrella. That's what I was thinking when I was watching.
한 번만 제발 한 번만 더.
dead. I'd have been dead. If you crack the honeycomb at all while carving out your piece, it's game over for you and you're eliminated. I would hope that I'll be sitting next to Gi-hun and I would be able to see him lick the back of it to get that little cheat, I guess you could say. Or I would have loved to have been sitting next to Min-yo as well, where she used a lighter with the needle. I would have been more scared with that because I would have scared her to like charred other parts of the thing. But I would have definitely wanted her on my team during that moment, even though she can be a little wild and a little obnoxious and she talks a lot. But it was such a good character choice because it made me have such mixed emotions about her in general. And the actress that played Min-yo as well, it was so good, so good.
너 이거 성추행이야! 야, 나 나가면 너 고소할 거야, 이 개새끼야.
I've never been a person that can cut a straight line. I've never been a person that can draw a perfect circle. I do not think I would have passed this without any cheats. Let me know down below if you would have. The third game we're going to talk about today is called Tug of War. Many of us have heard of it before, and would I have won? No. I would have loved to at least have Il-nam's advice on my side when he says to do that epic lean back. Yo, I mean, honestly, one of the best scenes in this entire series for me was the Tug of War scene when you watch them all lean back like this. Oh my God.
분명 작은 애들이 더 쓸 거라고 믿었을 테니까 그렇게 버티다 보면 상대편 호흡이
Why was that so intense? Anyway, in this game, what you have to do is you and your teammates have to have the rope pulled to your side and the flag cross over to your side of the court or whatever. And if you don't, you start to fall off. Everybody's handcuffed to the rope. So when the rope does fall off, you are dangling there. But don't worry, we got a guillotine up in here that will make sure you have a safe arrival down. That's so scary. I keep thinking about it the whole time, like which one of these would have wanted to die in. And it's like so sad to say, but I think I would have just wanted to lose one of those silly games where I just kind of got taken out with a gun immediately. Because fall into your death at Tug of War, like I just don't know. Maybe we could have used other players' bodies to sit on top if we, no. Too much to think about at the moment. Anyway, our main cast team ends up making it through by using Il-nam's great advice to first chill out, hold back, but then when that doesn't work, we have Sang-woo who has the idea to run forward, causing the other team to fall.
앞으로 가라고? 미쳤어!
저쪽은 넘어뜨려야 돼!
개소리 하지 마!
해봅시다!
See, that was my initial first thought, is as soon as we get the thing, make them fall and then just drag them off. Drag, That's all too much to think about in that short period of time. When your life is on the line, you're sleep deprived, food deprived, there's people trying to kill you in the middle of the night. You know, I would have given up. I would have given up. I don't know if I would have gone back after given the chance in episode number 2 to go back home. I would have been like, you know what? Poor life isn't horrible, but they killed 200 and something people in game 1. I can't justify this. I just don't have that much faith in myself. The Tug of War scene was probably one of the third most nerve-wracking out of all of them. We're gonna get to the number 1 in a second, but would I have survived Tug of War? Probably not. Would you? Let me know in the comments below if you have any other Tug of War tips and stuff in case I find myself in the Squid Games. Game number 4, marbles. Now this is a little bit of an interesting game. Would I survive? Probably not. It might be up to luck. So in this game, players are each given 10 marbles and have to team up in teams of 2 to decide what game to play, and whichever player gets all of the marbles first, the other person eliminated. Now there's some games going on that involve chance, like guessing if it's odds or evens in somebody's hand. There's other things like throwing the marble the furthest, throwing the marble into the hole. If it would have been luck and chance, I would have had a shot. If it would have been throwing it into a hole, I would have, I don't think I could have did it. I am not athletic, okay? I have to say, this is definitely one of the most intense emotional scenes for me here. Everybody's betraying everybody. Like, people that you didn't think, like, I literally, more spoilers, Sangwoo, I like kind of I loved you. And then you did that to my boy Ali. I just couldn't fathom it. Gi-hun over here with Il-nam, I'm like, okay, honestly, right now we think that he is just a dementia-riddled old man walking around. I would have been like, hey, listen, there's some people over there that are collecting marbles. It's a long walk. Let me just grab your marbles real quick, and I will go let them know that you got them. Don't worry, I got you.
우리는 깐부잖아. 기억 안 나?
See, that's horrible. I'm a horrible person. But in this game, we're in game 4 now. It's to the point where we become a little desensitized to everybody just dying around us, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. But only Marvel's game I know how to play is Jax, and I didn't have a Jack. So I don't know what I would have even done. I would have just went with whatever the person said, and they probably could have tricked me, and I would have died. Okay, so.
그럼 형이랑 나랑 한 명 죽어요.
그럼 이렇게 넋 놓고 있다가 둘이 같이 죽을까?
We also need to talk about sae-byeok, who is my favorite in this. God, first off, she is so beautiful, but the fact that this is her first real acting gig, yo, I would have never known. She is so emotional, and I felt it from the very second I saw her on screen. She was standoffish, don't mess with her, and she would still have a soft side. On the inside, she made my heart so happy. Anyway, she's a North Korean defector, hoping to use the game winnings to get her brother out of an orphanage and her mother back from the North. And she has all of these motivations and stuff inside of her, and you can see all that running through her head constantly, which is something that's hard to portray if it's your first time acting. I'm not an actor, I don't know, but I've seen bad actors, you know. But her relationship there with Ji-young is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. They team up together thinking that they both can help each other out, realize both of them are going to have to kill one another. One of them is only going to leave. So they use that time there to just talk, and then end up tossing the marble at the very end, and Ji-young says, I don't have anything to go for, so there's no point.
너 뭐 하는 거야? 내가 졌네. 너 뭐 하는 짓이냐고. 구슬을 그냥 놓쳤어.
She just drops her marble, and like that moment right there, bro. And when she was like, thanks for playing with me.
강사이병! 고마워. 나랑 같이 해줘서.
My heart, it melted, it melted. That game was a little too up to chance for me because they didn't tell me which one I needed to play. I don't know who I would have picked as a partner, but I don't think I would have survived it because I don't know how to play many marbles games. And at the end of the day, if I would have picked my best friend, I feel like I'm the type of person that would like sacrifice myself. I don't know. Anyway, you have to be in that moment to see, I guess. Would you survive marbles? What game of marbles would you play? Let me know in the comments below because I need to start learning just in case. Now we're getting to my favorite / the most tension-filled game out of everything when we really kind of boil it down to the last 16 players doing this game, and spoiler, only 3 of them survive, okay? That's how intense all of our favorite characters dropping left and right here. The point of glass stepping stones is there are a long row of 2 glass panels side by side with each other. One of them is regular glass, one of them is tempered glass. Tempered glass is strong enough to hold 2 humans. Regular glass can't even hold 1 human. So would I survive glass stepping stones? No, but maybe. First off, all of the players are brought into this room to pick vests 1 through 16 without knowing what they're going to be doing. There's a lot of players that get in the middle. I would have probably gone towards the end because I'm like, I don't want to be the first person to go for anything. So I would have probably been around number 10, 11, 11, 12, which does not guarantee my success, unfortunately. Anyway, they have to go one by one, jumping through, and you get to see as people just fall to their deaths.
빨리 안 가. 빨리 가라.
너 나가.
That's another one too where I was like, I don't want to live through that. I'd rather just kind of lose in the Honeycomb game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just jump off the side. I'm gonna just go. I can't, the pressure. This is another scene too that gets me because we get to see the amazing acting ability with Minyo and another one of my favorite actors in here, Dok-soo. I have this thing in my heart for the bad guys that you just feel like are a big teddy bear. And I don't know. I had the same kind of feeling with Sang-hwa in Train to Busan movie. He was such a dick in the very beginning, but then all of a sudden I'm just like, I love you. I just want you to be okay. Please don't. And then ultimately, whenever, you know, they're sacrificed, they do it for the better good, except Doksu did not. Okay, so maybe it's not the same. Maybe it's not the same. I just had the same kind of like teddy bear feeling with them. But ultimately at the end, because Doksu betrayed Minyo, she said, I told you I would kill you. So let's die, bitch. As she grabs them and they go down.
나 배신하면 죽는다고 했지.
이거 부르지마. 불아!
쫄보 새끼. 덕수야, 너 그거 알아? 넌 족도 졸라 작아.
I'm like, honestly, that could have been 2 more people that could have tested other glasses. It's fine. I'm in the back of the line like, come on, can we go? There's a timer. Did I mention there's a timer? Okay, so you only have a certain amount of time to do this. We're making our way through the glass stones. At the very end, we're left with our 3 players. We have gi-hun, sae-byeok, and Sang-woo left. After it all goes, all the glasses explode and end up stabbing sae-byeok with one of the pieces of glass, but she keeps that kind of low-key. Anyway, that was Glass Stepping Stones. Would you survive? Like I said, no. This is the highest pressure. Do you know the difference between tempered glass and regular glass? Comment down below also. Let me know. After this game, there's a quick little dinner time where they're each handed a knife after eating a steak. The entire time that sae-byeok was like trying to eat, all I kept thinking about was, is the food gonna come out of the hole in her stomach? You know what I mean? How do you eat when you have a stab wound? You can't. That's like, it was one of the most intense, weird feelings that I've gotten from a movie that I never thought I would get from a movie. Girl, don't eat. How does that work? How does that work? Anyway, she refuses to tell anybody and ends up dying. Not from a game. But from a player who wants to win. Sang-woo, douche, dick, ass, don't like you. We finally make it to our last game, called Squid Game, the title track. Would I survive Squid Game? I actually think yes. Would I survive Squid Game in the rain with knives? Absolutely not. So Squid Game is a popular Korean game played by children that essentially it was a squid drawn on the ground. You had to eventually make it to the tip part of the squid, put your foot in there, and make it through the defenders if you were an offender. See, for me personally, I'm like, what if it would have been more than 2 people? That was all I kept thinking is, what if, you know, sae-byeok didn't die right there? What if it was 2v1? Like, how would we have done that? But if you look on the wall, when all the beds are taken away, you can see all of the games placed on the stickers and stuff on the wall. And for the Squid Game, they only have 2 people. So I was wondering if that's always been a thing like that we're gonna do. We go through the Squid Game here. We're thinking, okay, this isn't even a Squid Game anymore. It's just a knife fight. And we're thinking, oh gosh, gi-hun is not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. Sang-woo is gonna have the upper hand. He just does anything for money. But at the end, we see the sacrifice that Sang-woo made for gi-hun to be able to win the games.
미안해.
Now, would I have survived the Squid Game? I think, if it would have been a traditional game. Knife? I don't think so. Would you have survived the Squid Game, the game number 6? Let me know in the comments below. Now, a lot more happens where gi-hun ends up winning and not knowing what he wants to do, setting up a season 2. He doesn't touch the money for a year, even though he won with it. He continues his poor life, and then all of a sudden, we get our big twist. Il-nam was the one that was really in charge of it all.
왜 그런 짓을 했어? 누구야? 왜 날 살려준 거야?
나랑
He's so used to watching this and funding it that he's like, I gotta have experience before I pass away. So he did this here, had a whole big confrontation. gi-hun was like, we ain't doing this no more. So I'm thinking in season 2, gi-hun is gonna go in and tear it down.
잘 들어. 난 말이 아니야. 사람이야. 그래서 궁금해. 너희들이 누군지, 어떻게 사람에게 이런 짓을 할 수 있는지.
456번. 허튼 생각하지 마.
We'll see. but he's a winner now, so he has the privilege of being like one of the big people. Listen, there's so much that I did not talk about. Amazing actors and performances, such as the characters Wang Juno, which I loved so much as the police detective. There's so many layers to it. There's so much going on, and besides just the games. So there's so many like side stories that if you'd like me to touch on, Ali, I loved him so much too. The front man, all of the workers with the X's and O's and triangles on their head, the squitters, I don't know what they're called. That was such a unique take on it that we got to go in and see how the games were being played and also how they were being controlled. I love that spin. To wrap things up here, would I survive the Squid Game? Probably not. And I'm saying that with a smile on my face, humbly. I don't think I would even put myself in danger to try it. I think that I am a chicken shit, scaredy cat. It's fine. It's a lot of money for sure, but nah. No. I want to know if you think you would survive it. Let me know in the comments below. Let me also know if you want more commentary on Squid Game. I see that a lot of people are doing reaction videos and stuff. Listen, I binged it. I can't do a reaction video, but if y'all want me to go through and do like a episodic review, something like that, let me know. If this video does get any traction at all, I might do something like that in the future. I don't know. I just woke up this morning and I was like, I want to talk Squid Game, so we're talking Squid Game. If you had fun talking Squid Game, make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more videos soon, and until then, I hope you have an amazing day. And remember, if you see Gong-yu in a subway station,
선생님? 잠깐 시간 좀.
예수 안 믿어요.
trying to make you win some money, run the other way. Don't go. Because we all know if we saw him sitting there, our ass is going to be sitting right next to him. Damn, we're all fucked. I love you guys. Bye.